Amid the looming economic crisis and political crisis in Sri Lanka, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has agreed to remove his brother Mahinda Rajapaksa as Prime Minister. Reports that have quoted a prominent lawmaker say that the president has agreed to replace his older brother in a proposed interim government. Remember, Sri Lanka has been reeling under a severe economic crisis that eventually led to massive nationwide protests calling for the government's ouster. Remember, for the longest time, we have shown you those pictures of angry Sri Lankans directing their anger against the president, asking him to quit because they blame him for this economic mess, this unprecedented economic mess. But if the latest reports are to be believed, he is going to sack his elder brother, Mahinda Rajapaksa, who's the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Srinjoy is still with us on this big story. Srinjoy, what we have seen is a very visible anger against Gotabaya Rajapaksa. In fact, the entire Rajapaksa clan who controls a lot in the Sri Lankan government. And now, what do you think that the exit of Mahinda Rajapaksa would mean as far as this crisis is concerned? Is it damage control? Is it a face saver? Or is it going to materialize into anything substantial?
Well, the crisis will not go away. It's important that someone has taken responsibility, and Mahinda Rajapaksa, who was president of Sri Lanka, has actually resigned or is going to resign. That's an important moment, but the problems are very different. There is a problem because of COVID. There is a problem because at the end of the day, the Sri Lankans decided they did not want fertilizer. There is a problem because Sri Lanka suddenly said that yes, we will not allow any kind of farming with the use of fertilizer. That naturally hurt our exports of tea and all that. It also meant imports of food. There is a huge foreign exchange crisis. There is a huge economic crisis. Now, the important thing is to try and solve them. Now, if there is a political decision to remove the Prime Minister who takes the fall for all these problems, they were well-meaning decisions, but they have clearly been very, very counterproductive. So as a result, someone has to take responsibility. The Prime Minister of Sri Lanka has taken responsibility. He's a senior politician. He was president, and he has taken responsibility for the fall. But there is a lot of anger on the streets. There is a lot of unhappiness. We have to see what happens now.
Right. Thank you, Srinjoy, for those updates. So an interesting development in India's neighborhood. It is in all likelihood that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa will sack his elder brother Mahinda Rajapaksa as the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Remember, this comes in the wake of intensifying economic crisis in the island nation.